Hello, welcome to Harry and Meghan TV. Sit back and enjoy the story. Remember to subscribe and view everyday updates. Why are there not more people talking about the complex relationship between Princess Diana and Princess Margaret? These two iconic figures in British history will forever be linked by their connection to the royal family. Their lives, though, lived in different eras and under different circumstances, were intertwined in ways that continue to fascinate historians and the public alike. Their stories captivated the world. Diana, with her fairy tale wedding and tragic end, and Margaret, with her glamorous yet often controversial life, both left indelible marks on the monarchy. Diana, the people's princess, was known for her warmth, compassion, and humanitarian work. She broke the mold of what it meant to be a royal, reaching out to the public in unprecedented ways, whether it was through her charity work or her candid interviews. Margaret, the Queen's sister, was recognised for her sharp wit, glamour, and unwavering loyalty to the crown. She embodied the traditional royal image, yet her life was filled with personal struggles and public scrutiny. Their relationship, however, was far from simple. Despite their shared royal status, they had very different approaches to their roles and responsibilities, which sometimes led to tension and misunderstandings. It was a complex tapestry, woven with threads of admiration, envy, support, and ultimately betrayal. Margaret, who had once been the centre of media attention, found herself overshadowed by Diana's immense popularity. The drama that unfolded between them, particularly following Diana's explosive 1995 BBC Panorama interview, revealed the deep fissures within the House of Windsor. Diana's candid revelations about her marriage and the royal family sent shockwaves through the institution. It also highlighted the immense pressures and scrutiny faced by women who married into this institution. The constant media attention and the expectations placed upon them were immense, often leading to personal and public conflicts. Their story is one of loyalty tested, trust broken, and the enduring power of familial bonds, even when strained to their limits. Despite the challenges and the drama, the legacy of both Princess Diana and Princess Margaret continues to influence the royal family and captivate the world. In 1995, Princess Diana sent shockwaves through the royal family and captivated the world with a candid interview on BBC's Panorama. This was not just any interview. It was a moment of raw honesty and vulnerability that the public had rarely seen from a member of the royal family. Millions tuned in as she bared her soul to journalist Martin Bashir. The anticipation was palpable and the revelations were nothing short of explosive. Diana spoke frankly about her struggles with bulimia, her husband's infidelity, and the immense pressure she felt under the public eye. Her openness about such personal issues was groundbreaking. She detailed the lack of support she felt within the institution she had married into, painting a picture of isolation and despair that resonated with many. Her words, "There were three of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded," became infamous, highlighting the presence of Camilla Parker Bowles in her marriage to Prince Charles. This candid admission forever etched the breakdown of her marriage to Prince Charles into the public consciousness, making it a defining moment in royal history. The interview was a watershed moment. It was a rare glimpse behind the curtain of the royal family, revealing the human struggles and emotional turmoil that lay beneath the surface. It shattered the carefully constructed facade of the royal family, exposing the vulnerabilities and challenges they faced. The interview exposed the human frailties hidden behind the palace walls, making the royals seem more relatable and human to the public. The fallout was immediate and devastating, not just for the royal family's public image, but also for Diana personally. Particularly for Diana's relationship with Princess Margaret, who was reportedly displeased with Diana's decision to go public with such intimate details. The interview marked a turning point, not just in Diana's life, but in the history of the British monarchy. Despite their differences in age and temperament, Diana and Margaret initially forged an unexpected bond. Both women understood the unique pressures of royal life, They both chafed against the rigid protocols and constant scrutiny that came with their positions. Margaret, having experienced her own share of romantic scandals and public scrutiny, saw a kindred spirit in the young Diana. She became a source of support and advice for Diana, guiding her through the complexities of royal etiquette and the often suffocating expectations placed upon her. Diana, in turn, found solace in Margaret's understanding and her willingness to bend the rules. Their shared struggles created a sense of camaraderie, a feeling that they were in this together. Betrayal and fury. The Queen's wrath and Margaret's disapproval. Diana's panorama interview irrevocably shattered the fragile peace within the royal family. Her candid revelations about her struggles, her marriage, and her life within the palace walls were unprecedented. The interview was watched by millions and sent shockwaves through the monarchy, exposing the deep fissures within the royal household. The Queen was said to be furious, viewing Diana's public airing of grievances as a betrayal of the institution and a direct attack on the monarchy. For the Queen, who had always maintained a stoic and reserved public persona, Diana's openness was both shocking and unacceptable. It was seen as a breach of the royal protocol that demanded discretion and silence. Margaret, once a confidant, shared the Queen's anger and felt deeply let down by Diana's actions. She had always been a staunch defender of the royal family and its traditions. To see Diana, someone she had once supported, break away in such a public manner was a personal affront. She believed that Diana had violated an unspoken code of conduct, a loyalty to the crown that superseded personal feelings. This code was something Margaret held dear, having herself sacrificed personal happiness for the sake of duty. Diana's actions were seen as a rejection of these very principles. Margaret, who had always prioritized duty and discretion, struggled to comprehend Diana's decision to air her grievances so publicly. For Margaret, the sanctity of the royal family and its image was paramount. She could not fathom why Diana would choose to expose their internal struggles to the world, rather than dealing with them privately. The interview marked a turning point in their relationship, creating a rift that would never fully heal. The bond that once existed between Diana and Margaret was irreparably damaged, leaving a legacy of hurt and misunderstanding. This moment in history highlighted the deep divisions within the royal family and the personal costs of living under such intense public scrutiny. Ripple effects. The royal family in crisis. The fallout from the panorama interview extended far beyond Diana and Margaret's relationship. It plunged the royal family into a full-blown crisis, exposing the cracks in their carefully curated image. Prince Charles's reputation suffered a significant blow, and the public's sympathy largely lay with Diana. The Queen, known for her unwavering commitment to tradition and stoicism, was forced to confront a changing world and a public losing faith in the monarchy. The interview served as a catalyst for a period of intense scrutiny and introspection for the royal family, forcing them to re-evaluate their relationship with the media and the public. Deception and lies, unveiling Bashir's tactics. Years after Diana's death, the circumstances surrounding the panorama interview were brought into question. A 2020 inquiry revealed that journalist Martin Bashir used unethical and deceitful tactics to secure the interview. He preyed on Diana's vulnerabilities, feeding her paranoia and exploiting her fears to gain her trust. The inquiry concluded that Bashir's actions were not only deeply unprofessional, but also likely contributed to Diana's decision to participate in the interview. This revelation cast a dark shadow over the entire affair, raising questions about the authenticity of Diana's words and the extent to which she was manipulated. 2 sides of a coin, Diana's candor versus Margaret's restraint. Diana and Margaret, while both bound by the constraints of royal life, represented contrasting approaches to dealing with its pressures. Diana, with her emotional transparency and willingness to challenge convention, became a global icon of authenticity and vulnerability.